Hi guys, and welcome to Daily Dental Hygiene. I am going to be talking today about how I clean my children's teeth in the dental clinic. I have been told by many offices the way that I do dentistry with kids is a little bit different than they've seen, and they are very shocked at the way that kids are very compliant with me and the way that I make the appointments so easy, and kids always have such good experiences. And it's because I used to work at a dental clinic, a children's dental clinic, for about a year, and I worked with pediatrics for a long time, and I used to be a nanny for a really long time, so I have a lot of skill sets when it comes to children. So I'm going to share with you some of my skills. A lot of hygienists are very intimidated seeing kids because it's usually a bad appointment. They're screaming, they're fighting, you can't even get in their mouth, their mom has to hold them down, and it seems to be that there is a miscommunication and a misstep when taking care of children. So number one thing that I want to say: show, tell, and do. These are the things that we do with children. I'm going to show you first what this polishing cup is. And I make everything with my kids super fun. I think it is extremely inappropriate to jam instruments or jam a Pro V cup into a kid's mouth and not even warm yourself up to them. Holy crap, you're a stranger in space gear jamming sharp things in my mouth. Of course I'm not gonna be okay with that because I don't trust you and I don't know you. And this is my first time or my second or third time, and this is a weird experience for me. So before I even get started with my kids, I like to warm them up. I bring out my mouth model. Show me how you brush your teeth. Let's brush the teeth. I make things fun at first. I don't get straight into business because I don't want to scare them and I want them to feel comfortable in the environment first. So I warm them up with, let's play a game of how many teeth you have in your mouth. Cynthia, tell me how many teeth you think you have. Let's count them out loud. And I give them a big mirror and we count their teeth. I make it fun. I let them show me how they brush their teeth. I talk to their mom about hygiene and home care. And so about 5 to 10 minutes into it, okay, they're better. They're more warmed up. They're more comfortable. A lot of offices have prizes. Hey, after this appointment, if you do a good job, I'm going to take you to the toy bin and you can pick out a really cool toy. How does that sound? And then they're like, ooh, of course I want a toy. So that can definitely help. And it doesn't have to be expensive. Go to the Dollar Tree and get like stuffed animals or like fluffy cool pens or like, random crap like that. So before I even go into the mouth, I show them what I'm doing. I'm going to polish your teeth. Look at how fun this is. And I spin it around. I'm like, isn't that silly? I stick out my finger and I'll polish the nail of my finger. I go, do you want to try? And if they feel a little bit nervous, I'll say, Mom, Dad, let's try it on you. And so I'll polish them and we'll be giggling and they stick out their finger and I'll polish their nail and they'll giggle and laugh and it tickles. I'm like, isn't that funny? Isn't that silly? Let's try it on your teeth. And then I'll jump to their teeth and I'll do a tooth and be like, it's making your teeth sparkly. And I make it fun and I play with them, because how many times have you had a 50-year-old patient that is terrified of the dentist because when they were 6 years old, they had a bad experience? Dentistry sticks with people. I don't know what it is. I've had terrible haircuts, but I still get my hair done and I'm not scared of getting my hair cut. Yet people have one bad experience at the dentist and they don't want to come back for 35 years. So it's really important for us to make these appointments incredibly good with kids, because this is going to be the rest of their life, how they view dentistry. Just when they are 4, 5, 6 years old, this is where it actually, it counts. Like, they remember being 5 and 6 years old at the dentist. Most of us do. So I polish, I make it fun, they're giggling, and then I say, I'm going to bring out my little saliva sucker. Do you want to try this out? And then I suction their hand. I like to do it on their hand first because it's a safe zone. They can feel it, they can see that it doesn't hurt. The mouth is a very invasive spot. Coming at somebody in their mouth when you're a kid is very invasive, but they can stick out their hands at a length and you can do it on their hands and then they feel safe and comfortable. I even let them hold the suction. Do you want to hold it yourself? Do you want to what? So I play with them and then I'll do the suction and I'll suck it and I'll suction their tongue and their saliva. And I'm like, gosh, that suction is thirsty. He is super thirsty. Just make it fun. I know it's super cheesy. And I am like, this is not how I am in real life. But with kids, I go 120%. Because you have to. On top of it, we're wearing so much space gear. They can't see our smile. Our eyes light up very well. They can't see that we're friendly. So with our voice and our actions, we really have to be over the top because there is that physical barrier of our facial expressions and our body language that is hidden. When I go to scale their teeth, I usually like to polish first and show them the suction, all the things that are like a lot more like they don't hurt as much. And then I'll scale a little bit and I'll go, okay, I'm gonna scrape off the sugar bunnies and those sugar bugs that are in your teeth, and I'll scrape a little bit and I'll be like, oh, I'm getting a few. There's a couple right in here, and then I just kind of make it light. If you don't do an 100% perfect job the very first cleaning, that's okay, because you want to build that relationship. Kids have a very short window. You might have an hour with a kid. Try not to go that whole hour. Kids usually have an attention span of about 20 minutes in the dental chair, and then they start to lose it. They start fidgeting, they start moving around. Mom, when are we leaving? They want to get out of there. So try to work fast, keep it fun, high energy, really soft voice, really fun, high notes when you're talking. Like, you want to make it, think of it like you're on stage. It's exhausting, and this is why I don't work in pediatrics. It's exhausting. You have to be on the entire appointment, high energy to the max, and you have to be on. With that being said, as I do everything with the kid's mouth, I definitely talk to the parents about how are they brushing their teeth. Are you brushing your children's teeth? Are you flossing? What toothpaste are you using? What are we doing for sealants? The appointment is for the kid, but it is mostly for the parent. That is how every dental appointment should be with children. You're there to clean the kid's mouth, but you're really there to kind of educate the parents. So with that being said, enjoy pediatrics. I love working with kids. It is exhausting. I will say I'm like exhausted just talking about it. But make sure that you gain children's trust. Always show them what you're doing. Tell them what you're doing. Let them try it out on their hands or something like that, and then go for it. Never, ever, ever. And I don't even do this with adults. Like, I don't just crank in somebody's mouth the second they sit down. Like, I think it's rude to just put stuff in people's mouth and not even goddamn ask how their day was. Like, did you just come from work? How was your holiday? Like, warm people up, and then they're way more inviting for you to be in their invasive zones, like their mouth. So take those tips and tricks and do the best that you can with those kids and help to educate the parents. Bye, guys.